If you struggle to catch bass from the bank or just want to learn how to catch even more than you do now, this video is for you. I'll give you examples of what to bring, what to look for, and how to approach the bank so you stop spooking fish before you even start. First off, unless you're used to bringing several rods already, bring a max of 2 rods. I honestly prefer to bring just one. You don't need to be like this, where you catch less bass than the amount of rods you have. Just choose a more universal rod that you can throw a variety of baits with. Something like a Dobyns Fury 733C that has a backbone for spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, and swimbaits, but a soft enough tip section to be able to throw treble hook baits as well. And I highly recommend bringing along a pair of pliers and a fish gripper like these RAPALA ones. They'll save you a ton of trouble with unhooking fish, especially if you're around toothy ones like pickerel. This is my giant 25-inch chain pickerel I caught as a kid, and hook stab wounds.
For baits, I bring a variety of baits based on where I'm going, but to keep it simple, for starters, just bring a spinnerbait, a chatterbait, a swimbait, a jig, and a crankbait. And I'll list the specific ones that I like to use in the description below. Now, the most important part about bank fishing is to be as quiet as possible. The bass are not stupid. They hear you, they feel you, they're well aware of their surroundings. And many anglers don't realize they just shut down a whole section of shoreline just by stomping up to it. So to avoid that, what you want to do is before you even get to the shoreline, like when you're still a few yards away, make your first cast then, as long as the terrain allows you to. Sometimes you have way too many trees or shrubs in the way to even make any sort of a cast like that. So if that's your situation, pick the spot that you want to fish and then go up to the bank like a whole, I don't know, like a half a cast away from that spot and cast to it from there. You never want to walk right up to your spot first, which is a mistake I see all the time. For example, lots of people love to fish off of docks. I'll see them walk right up to the dock, walk to the end of it, and start casting to cover from it. So what's wrong with that? Well, nothing, except for what I didn't see them do first, which is fish the dock itself before setting foot anywhere near it. Docks are amazing at holding bass, so don't forget to fish it before you walk on it. It's easily overlooked as your mindset might be to just go and fish from it, so you just go and walk onto it instead of fishing it itself beforehand. And the same goes for shorelines without docks, and say like you're on a bank with a nice big tree laying in the water. I see this all the time when I'm in a boat. I see people walk right up to the tree and start casting to it. And the last place you want to be is right on top of where you think the bass are. You need those fish to be on minimal alert to your presence for your best chances at catching them. And I just wanted to add real quick how appreciative I am for those of you who have elected to support the channel as a member. It gives me so much more motivation to help you put more bass on the end of your line. So thank you. Also, if you like these tips and you find them helpful and you haven't subscribed already, subscribe so you don't miss the next video.
Another example of a prime spot to look out for, just like being on a boat, is a quick drop-off. I've fished a body of water from the bank that looks just like this. It's all a few feet deep in this area, and all of a sudden the water just goes dark. Fish all around this color line, from several yards into the shallow area to the line itself to several yards beyond it into the deeper side. This is an extremely high potential spot because bass don't have too far to travel to feed. Now some ponds have a nice big peninsula of a point to walk around and fish. Any portion of this shoreline is worth fishing. Make casts as parallel to the shore as possible, as well as some 45-degree angle casts when you're on these parts. And when you're standing on the point itself, fan cast outward to hit every angle of the point's drop into deeper water. For coves, your goal is to cover the entire shoreline efficiently, but I'll start somewhere around here and cast parallel to the bank towards the corner of the cove, and my subsequent casts will be like this, covering as much of this portion of the cove as I can, as I make my way to the corner itself, and then I can repeat that for this bank of the cove. If you walk up to the bank and find yourself already at the corner, then just fan cast the entire thing from here to here.
Now here's something that may surprise you. If your water temperature is around 45 to 50 degrees, you can still catch bass from the bank. Many pond shorelines have cover like stumps and laydowns and rocks and lily pads, which all of them retain heat. Even a 1 degree difference in water temperature will hold more fish than elsewhere. Now, I've mentioned this lily pad thing in a couple of my recent videos, but it's important, so I'm going to say it again. Your lily pads may be absent from the surface of the water now that the water is this cold. But if you have those pad stocks that are the thicker ones and they're just more durable and they hang around, even if it's only in 4 feet of water, the bass and the bait fish will be all in that stuff, especially if the surrounding water is void of any other hard cover. And usually ponds are set up to where these little lily pad fields eventually break off into deeper water, and it just makes it a perfect scenario for bass and bait fish to go up and down in as they please. And why is it warmer? It's because soft bottoms heat up faster than the hard bottom, and those lily pads grow in dark, mucky bottoms. So it ends up becoming one of the warmest little micro zones in the whole pond. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.